Unbelievable. The Seahawks win 37-23 against the Los Angeles Chargers. They move ahead to 4-3 on the year, and yes, they are in first place in the NFC West. And the thing about this win for the Seahawks, it wasn't that they just went on the road and beat a very good football team in the Chargers. No, they dominated this football game, folks. It's unbelievable what we're talking about here, that the Seahawks not only went on the road to win this game, but to do so in the fashion that they did. Geno Smith was great. 20 of 27, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Kenneth Walker III ran the ball great. 23 carries, 168 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett led the Seahawks in receiving with 7 receptions and 45 yards. What a win. I mean, just a great performance from the Seahawks all the way around. And the defense, too. Think about this. We were having conversations about the Seahawks defense within the last couple of weeks of how bad they performed. In the last 2 weeks, the outings that this defense has put together has been amazing. I mean, the offense continues to thrive and play really good, but the defense is doing its part the last couple of weeks. Great team football, and the Seahawks are heading the right direction, it seems, as of right now. So, here's what I want to do. Seahawks just won, okay? I mean, this is a big deal. They just won this game. They beat Chargers on the road. Spam W in the chat. Get those W's in to celebrate that Seahawks win. If you're excited, if you loved what the Seahawks did today, get those W's in the chat. All right, so we got some questions to answer here on the show, and you can use the hashtag Seahawks to get on or Super Chat to get in the front of the line. And this question comes from striker.youtube. Hashtag Seahawks. What do you think the floor and ceiling is for us at this point? Well, here's the thing. Through, 7 weeks, the Seahawks have surpassed every expectation at this point. No one, literally no one, expected this team to be 4-3. And to have the wins that they have put together, I mean, credit where credit is due. So, I'm at this rate. Here's what I'll say. I'm not trying to give a cop-out answer, okay? But I'm not going to put any floor or any ceiling on this team. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year. They're already over halfway the win total that they had last year. And the thing about this, too, the NFC is a hot mess right now, okay? Beyond the Philadelphia Eagles, is there a great team in the NFC? No. I mean, realistically, you could have an 8 or 9 win team get one of those final wild card spots. I mean, not just the Seahawks are in contention to win the division 7 weeks in the year, but to get one of those wild card spots is certainly attainable. Everything is possible at this point. Division title, wild card berth. I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I will reiterate once again. The Seahawks are closer to being a playoff team than a tanking team. I know there was a crowd of folks out there that wanted this team to tank. That ain't happening. This team, they're putting it together. You got to be excited. You got to love what you're seeing from this Seahawks team. Charlie the Unicorn writes, who is the midseason MVP for the Seahawks? Geno on offense or the improved Seahawks rookie secondary? Geno with another good game. 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. I mean, he has to be the guy on offense. But think about this. You look at Jamal Adams, they haven't had since week 1, and there were some growing pains. But Tariq Woolen came along. Kobe Bryant had a really good day today, and he's played well for the most part this year. I think you make a good point. I think it's kind of a split thing. When it comes to offense, Geno has to be the answer. But the secondary, the way this group has improved from week 7 compared to where they were at week 1 and week 2, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's been great Charlie. No kidding. Grade the Seahawks' performance against the Chargers. I don't know how it can't be an A. I mean, realistically, what other grade are you going to give it? Are you really going to be a narc and give this team a B or a C? I mean, it was an A performance. I mean, the Eagles, who have the best record in the league, who are undefeated, if the Eagles did that to the Chargers, that would be an A performance. I'm not kidding. I mean, that was as good as you could have asked against a pretty solid Chargers team to win in that fashion. Great win. I don't know how you couldn't give this an A. Today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, use the promo code Seahawks125, you'll get a 125% deposit bonus. And here's the deal. Whether you want to bet on your Seahawks or other NFL games, they get you covered. Maybe you want to bet on the MLB playoffs or the NBA, college football, whatever it is. Chat Sports and BetUS are a great team. Great duo. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Seahawks125 for your 125% deposit bonus. Nick Fury writes in, #Seahawks, #Papa Seahawk. Your thoughts on the Seahawks' performance? 2 words, complete and improved. Nick, that's exactly right. I mean, throughout the season, for the most part, we've talked about with this team that there were missing pieces, right? The offense would be really good and the defense would be bad. And every once in a while you see the defense have its moments and then maybe the offense slows down or whatever it may be. They did everything you could ask. Everything. And then remember the special teams errors the last couple of weeks we've seen, the special teams unit, especially the punt unit, give up points or whatever. You didn't have issues there. It was as good as you could have asked. I liked what I saw all around. You're right exactly about that. That's a perfect way to describe things. Next one from Indian Scammer 123. I'll leave it at that. #Seahawks. If the Eagles and Seahawks faced off, who would win? A draw or a straight-up loss? I'll say this. This is not a diss on Seattle at all. Don't take this that way. But until the Seahawks lose, or let me rephrase that. Until the Eagles lose, I won't pick against the Eagles. Okay? So, again, that's not a knock on Seattle at all. That's a credit to what Philadelphia has done. I wouldn't pick against Philadelphia, against anybody right now, until they prove me otherwise, until they lose to somebody. So, the Seahawks, I think, could compete. They could make it an interesting game, but I wouldn't pick against Philadelphia right now. Injury news, DK Metcalf left the game with a knee injury. He was carted off the field, did not return. We're waiting for more updates on Metcalf. When we know exactly what his status is, we will update you here on the channel here on Seahawks Today. That's why you subscribe, not only for our watch parties and for our breaking news, but also for the latest injury news as well. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on with DK Metcalf. When we get more information, we'll let you know here on the channel. He was carted off. This is the second time he's been carted off this year. Remember, he was carted off to use the bathroom. He was smiling when he got carted off, so people wondered, what's going on? Is it just another visit to the bathroom? No. This was serious this time, a knee injury, but we don't have any further updates at this time. When we know, we'll let you know here on the channel. Another question, this comes from Charlie the Unicorn. Which Seattle team has had a more miraculous 2022 season, the Mariners or the Seahawks? Well, I'll say this, Charlie, that the Mariners, it's been a work in progress, right? It was only a matter of time before the Mariners finally got into the postseason, okay? The Seahawks, this was a year where they were kind of setting themselves back, right, where they were building towards their future, where it wasn't supposed to be about this year. So I'll say that, like, the more miraculous would be Seattle, because the Mariners, it was only a given amount of time. Now, granted, I'm not a big baseball guy, I'll be honest with you, but just seeing how that roster was set up, eventually the Mariners were going to be a good baseball team. The Seahawks, No one had expectations for this group. And here's where they are at this point to be in this position. Credit where credit's due to get that win there. Now you tell me, who was the MVP for Seattle against the Chargers? You got a lot of options. It was a 37-23 win. Give me one name. Give me one name. Offense, defense, I don't care. Give me one name. Who was the MVP for Seattle in this win against the Chargers? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, you can follow me on the Twitter at Tyler Jones Live, talking about your Seahawks as well as the rest of the National Football League on that platform, as well as on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me there. Love talking Seahawks all the time with you guys, and I will see you next time here on Seahawks Today.